In this video, we will show you how to route audio from a BSS BLU-BIB to a London BLU-100 device. We will then route signal from the BLU-100 to a BLU-BOB using BLU-Link. The first step is to set the hardware. The BLU-BIB will transmit 8 channels of digital audio onto the BLU-Link bus based on the dip switches that are set on the unit itself. For this example, we will set the channels to the first available bank, channels 1 through 8, by switching all the dip switches to the on position. Once the dip switches are set, there's nothing more to program or configure on the BIB itself. Therefore, the next step is to configure the BLU-100 to receive these channels. Before we begin, make sure Audio Architect is offline and that you have the Offline Design tab selected. Next, select your London device by double-clicking on the icon in the rack or going to the Audio Layout screen by clicking on the SoundWeb London tab and then Configure Audio. Here, you will right-click on the Input Routing section to add a BLU-Link RX input block. Once this has been added, click on the Bus Assignment button to bring up the BLU-Link Bus Assignments window. Note, if you have the Show BIB-BOB Switch Settings checkbox enabled, you will see the dip switch settings next to the BLU-Link channel numbers for reference. Since we've set the BIB for channels 1 through 8, we can verify which channels correspond to those settings. Next, we will need to drag the appropriate channels from left to right into our BLU-Link input section. Highlight the channels you want to assign by shift-clicking on the appropriate channels, then click and drag from left to right. Click OK, and you will see the input block with the channels assigned. These channels can now be routed just like any of the other analog inputs. If you'd like to add signal names for these inputs, click on the Edit Signal Names button below in the Properties. The procedure for setting up the BLU-BOB is very similar. First, set the dip switches on the BOB for the channels you need the hardware to receive. In this example, we will use the next bank of 8, channels 9 through 16, by setting 1 through 5 on, while 6 remains in the off position. We will now set up the BLU-100 to transmit these channels. Right-click on the output side of the Audio Layout window and choose New, BLU-Link, BLU-Link Output TX. Then click on the Bus Assignments button. Notice that the first bank of channels will already show that they are being used by another device. This is because we've assigned these channels to be received by the BLU-BIB previously. Highlight the channels you want to assign by shift-clicking on the appropriate channels. Then click and drag them from right to left. Note that the output channel names will populate once they are routed from the source that precedes them. The BLU-Link channels are now successfully routed. This same method can be used to route BLU-Link channels to other Harman devices, including the Soundcraft BLU SI card or the DBX TR1616 and PMC. If you have any questions, please visit www.bssaudio.com.